Hello everyone, it's Nathan Kurtz, your instructor for your Math 182 online course this semester. I wanted to show you the ins and outs of MyMathLab and how this semester is going to run for you. What order you should do things and make sure that you're comfortable with the MyMathLab online environment. So the first thing you're always going to want to do is sign into MyMathLab, and this should be the first page that you see. The first time that you log into MyMathLab, if you're on your own computer, your own home computer or laptop, you need to go ahead and do this browser check to make sure you have all the needed add-ins and plugins for this MyMathLab course shell. You only need to do that once. You shouldn't have any problems with that. I use Google Chrome typically to do MyMathLab. If you have problems with Chrome, you can always use Firefox or Internet Explorer. All three of them should work. So what is it typically like for you for an assignment? I don't want you to pay attention to this page too much. This can get confusing and you can lose the order of things that you need to do. What I want you to do is go on that Canvas course shell and print out this schedule and the syllabus. The last page of the syllabus has the schedule, and that's what you want to use to make sure you're progressing fast enough in this course. One thing that's nice about an online course is you can work ahead and you could finish this course in 1 week if you want. But you cannot get behind. You must finish all assignments by their due dates. So, what should you do when you start? The first thing you need to do is print up the notes from the Canvas course shell under the guided notebook. You're going to take notes through this guided notebook and submit them when you come and take an exam. So the first thing you want to do for a section is click this Read eText. View the eText, and now you want to go to the actual chapter and section that we need. So for instance, we're starting off with section 1.1, so that's what I'm going to click on. I'll go ahead and minimize all this stuff to the left. Alright, so my view's really big right now. I'll go ahead and zoom it down. It is made so you can see everything within one page. Every single section is going to start with a things to know. You do not have to do this. What this is things that are going to help you succeed throughout this section. Once again, this is all prerequisite material, so if you just want to brush up on it, you can click on the video, try a problem to make sure you know what you need to know to do it. I'd always start by clicking on the introduction to the section, and then it lists your objectives, and you're going to click on each one of those objectives. Once again, when you're reading these objectives, you're going to be able to fill out that guided notebook, the questions in that guided notebook. So as you're going through these, you're going to be writing notes down throughout that guided notebook. You can click on all the different things. Often there'll be definitions that pop up and such. You can always go back and forth by touching these arrows left and right here. You can also actually touch the left and right hand side of the screen and it'll do the same thing for you. So, this textbook, it's all built online. There's not an actual physical one you could build out or buy. You just use this right here. So you got to make sure you cover all the objectives, go through all the different information. What I personally would do is just start on 1.1 and I would just use the right arrow until I get all the way down to 1.2. Make sure you're taking your notes on through that guided notebook once again. So this textbook is much easier, much more well written than a typical textbook, and much better for online users. Notice you can do things such as highlight if you see something important, and then when you come back and open up that textbook, that'll still be highlighted. You can also do things such as drop a note, write a note there, link to a website even if you want, but write a note there for something for your understanding. It's just like having a real textbook yourself. There's other little things you can do, like bookmark the pages, move around, you can jump to certain pages, write down the page number if you need to remember it, etc. So, nice textbook online for you. There's videos integrated throughout it to help you with finding or learning the material. Very useful material here. So the first thing that you're going to do for every single section is go to that Read eText option. You're going to take notes in that guided notebook. After you've done that, you want to go to the Start Homework tab, click on the chapter and the section that you need to do. The first thing that you're going to want to do is read and interact. Sorry, this brings you to the textbook like we just did. That's another way to get to the textbook. The next thing you want to do is the reading assessment. What the reading assessment does is it brings you to the homework and the reading assessment for that quiz, or for that section. Every section has a reading assessment, which is a short 5 questions to make sure you did your reading. If you've filled out the guided notebook, those questions should be nice and easy for you. The guided notebook and those reading questions assessments will count as 5% of your total grade. So after you've done all your reading, taken your notes, done the reading assessment, the next thing you want to do is the homework. Here's what homework problems look like, as you've already seen. You just click and then it asks you a question and you just input an answer. Anything that you need math-wise is going to be on this left-hand side over here. If you need things like functions like cosine and sine, you just type in COS and SIN. It knows exactly what you're talking about, okay? One thing that you will notice in my class is on the homework assignments, there's no learning aids in my math lab. Each homework assignment, you get 3 attempts to get a problem right. Let me show you here. So that one was wrong. That was 1 attempt. That was 2 attempts. That was 3 attempts. You'll notice that the problem is wrong. Once the problem is wrong, it'll have a red little arrow there. It'll tell you what the right answer is, and you can scroll over it to see what you did wrong. If you get the entire problem wrong, let me see how much, if I could do it here. Notice up here there's a red X mark. That means I have the entire problem wrong. But I told you get 3 chances at each exercise, so all you're going to do is click similar exercise. It reloads the problem, same problem, just different numbers, and you have 2 more chances to do this. So I can enter an answer 3 times here, and then if I get the problem wrong, do it again another 3 times. So the homework, you have tons of chances to get these answers right, but if you get stuck, what should you do? Well, the first thing that you want to do is go back to the section over here and go to those practice exercises instead of the assigned homework. When you go to these practice exercises, you'll notice there's a lot more exercises than there were problems on the homework. In fact, there's about twice as many. And when you go into one of these, you'll notice different things. On the right-hand side, you actually have learning aids on the practice assignments. These practice assignments aren't worth points. They're just to help you do better in the class and learn the material. It has things such as ask my instructor. You can email me a question about a problem. Textbook, it's going to bring you to the section in the textbook where this information is covered. A video will be one of the authors or someone working through, usually it's Kirk Trigstad himself, the author of the book, working through a problem step by step, showing you how to do it. View an example is going to be a problem nearly identical, just different numbers. And then it'll show you step by step how to work through the problem, just like a solutions manual in the back of a textbook, but better written and easier steps to follow. And then Help Me Solve This is absolutely my favorite feature. Help Me Solve This is the exact same problem. And when you do the exact same problem, what it's going to do is that step by step, just like View an Example, except I actually have to interact with it this time, and it tells me what to do as I go along. It'll tell me if I'm right or wrong and tell me how to do it, etc. So Help Me Solve This is the exact same problem. View an Example is a problem similar, shows you step by step. Video will be an instructor actually helping you. Sometimes there's animated slideshows, PowerPoint presentations, different little learning aids that they'll have here over on the side. The way that you can tell that there's learning aids when you go to that practice assignment, those practice exercises, look right here. The little green thing indicates that there's a video for that problem. A little purple arrow will indicate that there's a slideshow, and you'll get to notice that and get comfortable with these different things. So the idea is you go to a homework assignment. If you can't do it, you get stuck on a problem, you go back to that practice assignment, find a problem similar to it, use the practice exercises and all the different things to help you actually learn the material. Once you've mastered it, you go back to that homework assignment, you open that homework assignment back up, you go back to that problem, and you make sure you get that problem right before the due date. Okay? So, as of right now, we've started with reading and interacting. We took our notes and went through all the material. We've taken the reading assessment, brief 5 questions, really easy over the reading. If you did the guided notebook, you pretty much have the answers. We've done the assigned homework for the exercises, having to go back to the practice exercises when we need help. But at the end of every single section, you do need to take a quiz. So I'm going to go under quizzes and tests as the last thing I have to do. And I'll actually go under a quiz. You have to get a 70% on the homework assignment to be able to take the quiz. Once you log in, you'll notice every single quiz is timed, and you only get 3 attempts to take a quiz, just like the homework problems. When you start, there's no learning aids on the side, and you only get to put in an answer once. There's no check my answer and try it again. You go to the next question. So the idea would be you go through the entire quiz, see what your grade is. If you don't like it, you have to take the entire quiz again. You can't just retake 1 or 2 points of it. Okay? So, once again, go in, read and interact, the ebook, take notes in those guided notebook pages, do your reading assessment, start your homework. When you get stuck, go to the practice exercises, email me, come into Math Solutions. Once you get that homework mastered, you're going to go on to the quizzes and the tests, and you're going to take the quiz or the test for that section, and then you're going to go on. That's it for each section. You traditionally have about 1 or 2 sections a week, so it is a lot of work. You can expect to spend about 5 to 10 hours per section. Yes, I did say that right. 5 to 10 hours per section. So you're looking at about 10 hours a week that you're going to need to spend on this course, at least. Okay? So, what else have I done for you? You have to come in and take proctored exams. These exams are timed. You get about 2 to 3 hours to take the exams. But to make sure you're ready for the exam, I put up a practice test. You can start this whenever you want, not part of your grade. It's the exact same number of problems, the exact same type of problems. It just gets you ready so when you come on to take that exam, that proctored exam during exam day, that you know what you're doing and you're comfortable with it. So what I like to do is do the practice exam a good 2 or 3 times before I actually come in and take the test. And I use that practice exam to determine what I want to put on my 3" by 5" note card, so I know that I have the material that I need to know for that exam. Okay? So, guided notebooks, you got to do the reading assessment, do the homework, then do the quiz. After you've done that chapter, you go and take the exam, and that's our class. If you have any questions at any point in time, please let me know. Just to let you know some of the other things that are on the side. The study plan, you do not need to do this. This is just extra problems, very similar to the practice. Gradebook will show you your results, show how well you've done in the course, your overview and your overgrade for the course. Tools for Success, if you're getting stuck with your calculator, they have some nice little review cards for you to see. Multimedia Library, what you could do is choose a chapter and a section here. Select all, and what it'll do is give you everything possible, every video and slideshow and stuff they've made for that section. So this is a nice quick way to get at all the materials as well. We're never going to do class discussions here, so you don't need to worry about that. Just make sure you check your email, and you can always email me under Course Tools here. If you have any questions, please let me know. I hope that gets you up and running. The first thing you do need to do is email me, and I will email you a password to get into Section 1.1 reading assignment and Section 1.1 homework. Once again, you have to email me, and I will email you the password so you can start those assignments. Let me know if you have any questions. Good luck to you this semester.